Greetings, greetings to you this fine Saturday or Sunday if you're across the world. Today I'm going to be using this block stamp to create this watercolor image. This is the one I did yesterday, and I want to work on this together. I'm be using my watercolors. These are my koi watercolors. And then I'm going to be making a card with it. And I've got my stamp, ink. Okay, let's do that right. Stamps and ink, as well as the pieces for my card. It's going to be a 5x7. So we're going to start off with a wash. These are my koi. Very fun and intense. Got all my brushes with water. So we're going to try to make a wash here. Not too light, not too dark. Watercolor is always a fun experiment. Just so it's not so stark white. Some places will be a little bit darker than others, but that's the fun. Okay, now, while we're waiting for that one to dry, I do have another one. So we can get started on it. Okay, we are going to start down at the bottom and work our way up. I tried to do this in brown, which wouldn't have been bad, except that I wanted the hatch marks, all the different hatch marks, a little more pronounced. So I decided to do it in black. I used my VersaFine Clear Nocturne to get a nice image. I had to do it several times because there was always something that didn't come out quite right. Going to start with the box. Chantel, hi. Oh my goodness, what time is it there? I guess I did that intro right. Sunday where you are. It's great to see you. I am watercoloring today, something I don't do very often, which is why I need to do it more often. 5 a.m., girl. You are up early. You're definitely one of those go-getters, which we all appreciate. Okay, let's do a little bit darker spots. Since I have it wet, I can move the paint around a little bit to make the shadowing. Yeah, this is lighter here, so this would be a little bit darker. Okay, now let's do the handle to the little spade hoe tool, you want to call it. Well, I appreciate it. Oh, so you've been up all night. Okay. Well, thank you. I really, really appreciate it. Just make this a little darker. And then let's go on to do the ends of the onions. And let's combine with some orange to do the terracotta pots. Oh, thank you. Some days are better than others. Hopefully I can get some shadow on here before it totally dries. Whoops, is that green? Or, oh, I put the wrong color in there. Actually, that looks pretty good. So let's do some shadow. I've already had a few incidences this morning getting ready. So I was like, well, you know, haste makes waste. Um, Sayings like that that aren't necessarily so. Okay, let's do a little bit more orange. That's almost as dark. I'm going to have to make that darker now, aren't I? In watercolor, you want to go from light to dark for sure. Yeah, this is going to come out a little bit darker than my original. This is the original one yesterday. That's the idea. I want to go ahead and do it to make sure I can do it. If that makes any sense. Am I a decent watercolorist, or will it all go to pot, so to speak? Here we go. This is, I think this is Stratford watercolor paper. I took one piece and I just cut it up into several. That way I could put them on cards, which of course is my objective. Now let's do our onions. Add a lot more yellow to this. I'm growing onions in my garden, or I'm going to. It's not nearly warm enough yet. There we go. I like doing stamped images because I have lines to work with. That kind of help, at least for now. So there's those onions. And let's do the blue of the flowers here. Bluish purple. Luckily, I got some really small brushes that help with this. Sometimes the stamp isn't 100%, and so I have to kind of guess or play around with it. And this side over here, very tiny. And that's, leave that white. And then the inside here is a light yellow, and I'll be doing that at the end because the tulips have some yellow inside them also. Let's go with our greens now. Make a lot of that. Okay, let's see how this goes here. I might want to use a little brush. Let's go for the teeny tiny. And if it goes on light, that's okay because I can always darken it up. Of course, where the striation marks, hatch marks, if you will, those will be a little darker. I will use a combination of brushes because we have some bigger areas. And of course the inside's going to be darker because of the shadow. I will be putting this on a card. I've got stuff laid out ready. The underside of this is going to be a little darker. Let's go for the darker. The idea is to improve every time, so no two are alike. We have some more over here. Start at the bottom with the dark. This card could actually be a Mother's Day card too. Thinking of you, just general spring, which is what I'm going to be doing. Because I am excited about getting into my garden. It also helps to refer back to the stamp too. Now it's time to do the stems of the tulips. Let's get some. I'll probably find some areas where I missed as I go. Not a big deal. And then we have the green on the onions. Let's use a small brush for that. Teeny tiny. They call these fine liners. I'm gonna have to make that darker, I think. Make that darker. All right, there's my onions. Let's go ahead and do the tulips themselves, then we'll do the yellow. No, let's do the yellow. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's do all the yellow. Always keep kitchen towels around. Yellow. That's really, really light. I'm going to have to darken that up. There we go. Okay, now it's got too much water in it. I should have dabbed it on the towel first. Okay. The insides of all the tulips. Let's see, this one, this one, this one. Making sure I got them all. This one and that one. And yes. Okay. Now let me clear off a spot here so I can mix my pinks without contaminating it too badly. You need a lot of this. Okay. The dark edges. I am definitely going to be doing more of this because it's very relaxing. And I've proven to myself that I can do it without making a total disaster. And I just have to make the time. Our job is all about research, isn't it, Chantel? Yeah. We have to research and see what we like, what we can do, what we can learn to help show other people. Okay, so I think nope, I missed one. Oop, that's a little bit lighter than I wanted. Okay, no problem. Controlling water is the hardest part with watercolor. Okay, now let's get back to the I think this color will match pretty nicely with what colors I have for my pattern paper as well as my matting. Almost done. Yay. And I'll check really carefully to make sure I didn't miss anything. Or I could improve somewhere else because, like I said, we start with light. Oh, I forgot the tines of the little thingamajiggy tool down here. Okay, this is going to be a green. Okay, so there's that. Let's go over the box a little bit more. I did miss some spots on the box. And it will just blend in. So that's a good thing about watercolor. Well, good and bad, I guess. Oh, let's do that. I forgot the plant leaves here. Let's get some more. I might need to use the smaller brush. Yeah. there. That's a little bit better. Teeny tiny little spidery leaves here. And this is going to be a very, very light. Whoops, that's too dark. Too dark. Let's just move it around a little bit. So it's not completely white. Okay, I don't think I missed any spots. Let me move this around a little bit. All right. So there's that, and it should dry in just a second. And so I'm going to go ahead and start my card. I have some spring sayings here. So I'm going to be using spring shows us what God can do with a little bit of dirt and some rain. Let your joy pop open like flowers. That's better, yeah. So that will go on the inside. I am making a 5x7 because this is so big. Now, let's see. Whoops. I'm going to have to cut that down. So let's do that. Put all my paints away. So let's measure our piece. Our piece is 5x4, but I can cut it down a little bit. There's just a little bit too much white area. So our finished one here is 4x5. So we want we want 4 1/4 by 5 1/4 to make the matting. You can make it any size you want, but generally speaking, matting is about 1/4 inch more than the piece that you want to mat. Let's see. So we have 4x5. 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. But somehow that doesn't look quite right. Okay, let's cut this down just a hair. I want it to kind of be equal. There. Perfect. And this is a 5x7 card, which is I cut 10 by 6 1/2. So I can only use one piece of paper. But that's all right. And so I cut this piece to be 1/4 inch smaller. 6 1/4 by, let's see, so the finished is 5x7. So it's 4 1/2, no, 4 3/4 by 6.5 for this piece. This is from my recent Echo Park collection. I forgot the name of it. Here Comes Easter, I think. So I'm going to put that on the front, and then this. So let's go ahead and stamp the card first. I like to stamp the card first because in case I make a mistake and it doesn't turn out quite like I want it, I can just turn this over and start over because this is going to be covered up anyway. I'm going to be using a color from Stampin' Up. This is called Flirty Flamingo. I think it more closely matches this paper. Perfect. And as of right now, I don't think I'm going to be putting anything on the front except this. I might later, I don't know, but for right now, just the basic card. I think that kind of says it all. Yep, we're out. So let me go ahead and change that real quick. This is refillable. Boom. And you can tell the sound of it when it was getting empty. Let's go ahead and put this up on dimensionals. I'll show you how I do that. Right in the center there. And I'm going to use these little dots. Sorry about that. Shaking the whole table. This is so big, I could use up this whole bunch on just the one. And there is the basic card. I will probably be doing some more decorating. And there's my piece, and this is another one. And I do have several. So I will be making more cards. So if you'd like to see more, if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing because I have a lot of fun things, all different types, styles of cards, and different methods of making them. Thank you, Chantel, so much for joining me. And to everybody on the replay, thank you so much. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.